Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I want to talk about why I quit video gaming. This is a really hard subject for me because video gaming completely changed my life for the worse. Gaming caused me to be a different person, and that is what I am here to talk about. If you saw my last video where I talk about changing my eating habits, I forgot to say that even before I did that, I started playing video games. I felt that this was such an important subject, I wanted to make a full video out of it. Back when I started gaming, I backtracked a lot of meditation and yoga stuff that I worked on. The game threw all my behavior skills in the trash. I'm going to start at the beginning, so here we go. Buckle up your seatbelts. I came home from school one day and went to my computer and saw that I had a text from a friend, so I opened it, and it said, "Do you know about a game named?" And I'm not going to say the name because a lot of hardcore fans of this game will hate on this video if I say so, but let's just call this game Game X. So he said, "Have you ever played Game X?" And I responded, "No." Then he called me and we started talking. He said that I had to download the game because it was the most fun thing on the planet, so I did. At the time, I had a terrible computer, so I played it not understanding what was happening at all because my computer was giving me 7 frames a second. I told my friend I couldn't play this because my computer was so bad, so he understood. Then an announcement came out saying that they were going to release an app to the App Store in a couple of months, so I got really excited. 3 to 4 months later, when the day of the announcement came out, sitting at my computer desk, and I was waiting on my computer for the announcement of the app being released, staring at the screen. I had just woken up, so I had to go to the bathroom, but I didn't want to miss it, so I stayed at my computer. I had to go to the bathroom so bad, I peed a little on the floor because I wouldn't get up. That is how obsessed I was. It didn't get announced in the morning, it got announced during school, so after school I downloaded the app and started playing. I was so happy because I finally got to play the game without lagging around, although there was still a problem. If I lost a round of the game, I would freak out and go crazy and get angry and smash my fist on the table, freaking out because some noob killed me. He is so stupid. Him. But I kept playing. Once I stopped having a tantrum, I would go back to loving the game, and then when I lost, I would go back to saying I'd never play it again. I didn't quit until almost a year later. This game was so competitive to me that when I lost, I would go upstairs and bring my anger down on my parents. This was not okay because my anger was splitting the family apart. Everyone was in a high-stress attitude and no one wanted to be around me. Long story short, I was a terrible, rude person to everyone around me, although I kept playing the game. The game was so addictive that when I was forced to go outside by my parents, I wasn't getting enough stimulation. Everything seemed boring and the fresh air annoyed me. Being outside made me angry because I couldn't play the game. So I decided to buy an Xbox so I could play the game even more and not have to play on a phone. We all thought it might be better, but unfortunately the Xbox was even worse. I was breaking a family apart. My parents and even my uncle couldn't deal with my anger. Everyone felt terrible and wanted to do their own thing and wanted to be away from me because when I walked into a room, fire came out of my mouth as I screamed about how I had lost. If I wasn't screaming to my parents, I would stay downstairs screaming and cursing about the game so that my parents upstairs could even hear me. Even my neighbors were complaining about me and I don't blame them. And this was happening 6 hours a day as I played. I had also spent around $350 on the Xbox and another $150 or something in the game of my own money. Even my school was getting affected because I was mad at any time I was away from the game. Plus school was boring, which made me even angrier. My parents tried multiple strategies, even taking the game away from me, but nothing worked, and in fact, it made it worse. At this point, I would have breakdowns that involved me crying and screaming about how I hated myself and about how I hated the game and wanted to quit, but I couldn't because I wanted to know what would happen next in the game. After 4 to 5 of these meltdowns, I finally realized I had a problem. I told myself that I was going to quit and that I was never going to play the game ever again. This was about the first, second, third, fourth time I had said that, but this time I was determined, and my parents were fully supportive. They explained to me that the game was just a game and that whatever happened in the new update that was coming out wouldn't change my life. They said that if in 15 years someone asked me, "What did you do when you were 12?" I would have said, "Played a lot of Game X." Instead of being able to say I had adventures, friends, and a lot of fun. I realized I had to stop, so one day, after a really big meltdown, I closed my Xbox and handed it to my parents and said, "Get it away from me." For the first 2 to 3 weeks, I was really restless and I had to replace the part of me that wanted maximum stimulation. I had to realize that there were other things in the universe besides staying inside all day and playing the game. It took a while, but the first things I got into were playing basketball, CrossFit, gymnastics, and dance. I finally found some things I loved that made me happy and stimulated me in a good way, so that afterward I didn't feel bored or bad for wasting time. The more I moved, the less I wanted or needed to play the game, and I felt I was learning something and getting into shape at the same time. After doing all that stuff, I found video editing, which satisfied the part of me that wanted to look at a screen or be on the computer. If someone came up to me today and said, how do I quit playing video games? I would say, find something you love to do that isn't video games and put all your energy into that. If you don't have anything that you like to do besides video games, ask your friends for ideas or be open to trying new things. If your friends only play video games, maybe you need to find some other friends. This is what saved me after quitting video games. I know it is weird because I'm a kid, but I've studied habits, and to replace a habit that is really strong, you have to find a new habit that you can use to replace the game. It has been about 5 months since I quit. I don't miss it even a little bit, which is crazy considering how attached I was to it. Most importantly, I like myself now and my family life is way better, and I can control the things that come out of my mouth. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe I'll see you in the next video. Bye.